Hey guys, Ashlane here, coming at you today with a call to action. I want to send a message, and hopefully you guys agree, maybe you don't, but I want to make the Witch Troop great again. Now, I'm talking specifically about Town Hall 10 and 11, that's what we'll deal with in today's replays, but also this could apply to Town Hall 9 as well, because let's face it, the Witch is pretty much totally extinct from the game, absolutely through any Town Hall level, but especially at Town Hall 10 and 11. As you can see here, this is a 20 Witch attack from before the Valkyrie buff, the Bowler update, this most recent update, and I miss attacks like this. And it's weird too, because here's the issue with this attack, right? Supercell told us that the reason they nerfed the witches so hard, so dramatically, was because they don't like seeing one troop being used in the majority of all the raids, all the competitive raids at a given Town Hall level. In attacks like this, with literally just witches and heroes, they especially frowned upon. Now, my question would be, how has that changed? I mean, it's just been the Valkyrie replacing the witch. Now, don't get me wrong, before you go to comment angrily at me, the point and purpose of this video is not to ask for a nerfing of Valkyries, but rather a return to greatness for the witches that we all love so much. Level 3 witches were a lot of fun, and we used them in two main attacks. We usually used either Mass Witch, which to be honest with you, which is which here, which to be honest with you, the Mass Witch attack was pretty rare. These 20 witch attacks, you didn't see many of those, especially at the Town Hall 11 level. More often than not, you saw attacks like this, which was a pretty basic queen walk leading into the go wee portion of the raid, or go wee in this case. So basically just a queen walk leading into the Eagle Artillery in the defensive base, and then you go ahead and engage there, end the queen walk in an area where you're going to go ahead and release all those witches into the core of the base. Then you use the Grand Warden Eternal Tome ability, you give immunity to the witches, keep them alive, and then you pretty much roll through the base from there. Now, these were very difficult attacks to pull off for 3 stars, especially at the Town Hall 11 level, and remember, at the time of this update, before this update, we did not have the benefit of those new levels to the mortars, and that's actually important to remember. It's very important to remember. Neither did we have the level 4 Inferno towers. So with the Inferno towers and the mortars added to the game, I don't see any reason why Mass Witches couldn't be perfectly viable, returning to the way it was previous to the Bowler update. Now, I know that might sound pretty dramatic, but the reason I feel that way is I did initially feel that the witches did need some sort of a nerf. Because remember, at that time, all we were using at Town Hall 10 and 11 were just exclusively witch attacks. That's all we used. But now they made Valkyries the new witch, which is nothing new here at this point. It's been 3 or 4 weeks now that everybody's been using Mass Valkyrie in similar type raids as this. Either Mass Valkyrie sweeps using 27 to 30 Valkyries, or we're also seeing a lot of these queen walks going into the Mass Valkyrie, sometimes with back-end hogs. Now, the reason we didn't see back-end hogs in these witch attacks was twofold. Number one, we didn't have level 6 hogs at that point. Now level 6 hogs has really increased the hog usage rate at Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11. And 2, sometimes there just wasn't the need to bring the back-end hogs previous to the Bowler update because we didn't have to deal with the level 4 Infernos and the level 9 Mortars. Now that we have those, I think you'd be seeing a lot more back-end hogs on these Mass Witch attacks. So let's cover the changes they made to the witches. Number 1 is they reduced the skeleton hit points in the skeletons summoned by the witches. Number 2 is and this is the big one, guys, they made the skeletons no longer able to trigger traps, including giant bombs. So basically, they would not clear a path for your witches, and then they would eventually run into a giant bomb and go splat. So I think they should just take reinstitute the triggering of traps on the skeletons summoned by the witches. I mean, even if they want to leave the witch hit points to where it is now currently, I don't think that's a major change. I just think that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers I've listened to, I watch everybody's YouTube videos. I'm kind of a weird character, a weird cat in that regard, where I really, you know, I watch 10 to 15 YouTube videos a day. I always like to be on top of where things are trending, what other people are saying, and what they're covering. And I noticed a lot of people, a lot of the bigger YouTubers, are actually asking for a Valkyrie nerf. I've thought long and hard about this, to be honest with you guys. I'm not just saying this without thinking a lot about it. And after watching, you know, attacks in all 8 of our Alliance clans, plus my Patreon clans, I think that overall, people actually like the Valkyries, and I think they like the idea that they're able to, as a fair play, like everybody is hopefully now, I think that as a fair play player, people really appreciate having the ability to pull off a 3-star attack. Now, we're still not seeing Max Town Hall 11's 3-star that often, maybe 1 or 2 per war if we're lucky, but it is viable to get a high percentage 2-star, and you have an outside maybe 5 to 10 to 15% shot, depending on the base, depending on your strategy, at actually pulling off the 3-star attack using Valkyries. I'd just like to see Witches moved up to the Valkyrie level, and then that gives us 2 awesome options, and maybe we can combine the 2 in a lot of cool ways for some ground attacks. Now, there's a huge caveat here, and the caveat is we need air attacks viable as well. But hopefully that will be addressed in the future. Maybe it will be a new troop, maybe it will be a new level balloon, but I really think that air needs to be added to the game to really have an awesomely balanced end game in Clash of Clans. But now I'm showing you, you saw the previous replay was a Queen Walk into a Valk attack at Town Hall 10. Now we're going to switch back to Town Hall 11 and see another one of these max Valkyrie attacks. Now you can't sit here watching this video and with a straight face tell me, Ash, this requires way more skill than those mass witch attacks, because it doesn't. It's along the lines of the same type of attack. As soon as you learn exactly where to enter the base, what compartments to open up, and as soon as you get the timing on your Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability now, you still have a decent shot at 3-starring at Town Hall 11 base if you hit the base in the right way. Obviously, anti-3-star bases are continuing to evolve to try to prevent these mass Valk attacks, but they did the same thing on the witch attacks. So I guess at the end of the day, the reason I'm making today's video is, you know, to ask for Valkyries, to ask Supercell, to plead with Supercell to consider making the witch viable again. Obviously, we need air troops too, but in the meantime, don't nerf the Valks. Add witches to be a prominent troop. Give us more options of troops and combinations we can use, because I guarantee if you add witches, if you give witches their abilities back, give them the power in the game back, I guarantee you'll start seeing more interesting hybrid attacks involving witches, Valkyries, and level 6 hogs, and that will fix the ground game in Clash of Clans. Guys, thanks for listening to my thoughts. I'm interested to hear yours, and thank you for taking 10 minutes out of your evening or day to watch this video and hang out with me for a little bit. So guys, thanks so much again, and as always, take care, guys.